Welcome back to Dadvestor. I'm just going over my week in review. It's Wednesday, I believe, so there's a lot of room for this to change. I'll probably do a Friday video as well. But yeah, I've started this new volatility crush style of trading, taking advantage of peak volatility in the mornings and in the evenings, actually, which is awesome. So it gives you options to to get the best out of your options. Anyway, so I wanted to review my trades and then show my plan going forward based on how it's been going this week. This is a totally new idea for the days to expiration trades, but everything else is basically stuff I've been doing for over a year. So if you're new to the channel, I just wanted to show you what I'm doing and my thoughts and kind of the plan and the methodology going forward. So the overall picture is to use options to generate extra income so that I can then use that capital to invest into long-term stable returns, which I'll go over later in painstaking detail in the future. For now, here's what we did this week. Let's isolate options. So just for options, I've done pretty well. We'll see. It just starts, I believe, was the 24th. Was that Monday? I'm just going to double check. I think it was. Yes, Monday was the 24th. So starting on Monday, we hit 185. Tuesday, we did 55. And then yesterday, I did 215. That was kind of a crazy trade that I don't necessarily recommend, but it was a volatility trade. And then today, we closed one of our trades for 25. And I think those short-term but longer than 0-day trades are going to be my kind of mainstay going forward. But so this is the first one actually, this is the second one I ever opened. This is the first one I ever opened, and a few days ago I had a video about that, so you can look at that if you really want to know. But I can tell you everything you need to know now, which is that it was an Iron Condor. It opened early in the morning, right after the open, and essentially after that, it was, let's see, it was a little sketchy where I was a little worried that I might get stopped out. So, but I had to stop order on, and eventually I was able to close it for $100. So these two were counted towards day trades. I can only do 3 in this account because it's a margin account that's less than $25,000. Okay, this is one trade. It's a put spread, which is comprised of 2 legs. I sold this put for a profit, and I bought this put to cover sort of my risk, so that it defines my risk. So if I'm super wrong and the price dropped way below 57.35, I wouldn't lose anything after that. I would be capped at a loss because this would cover my exposure. It also means I don't have to put as much money into it. So, but it does define how much you can make. So it caps it. So it capped at $55. So the 295 minus the 238 is $55. So these were all on the same day, these 3, but this didn't count towards the day trade because it expired. So that's sort of what I'm getting away with that. Let's see here. So then I had this. So this on the 25th was a short Iron Condor I managed at, I believe, well, I guess it says here, 47%. So the total I actually got out of it, I believe, was 115, and then I bought it back for 60, which is a 55 profit. So I managed that trade to mitigate my risk, and that's really how this works. If you don't manage the trades, then you have basically a much higher risk because we're capitalizing on volatility and then jumping out before the volatility kills us, right? So if the volatility pushes too far against either side of the Iron Condor, then we could get a max loss very, very easily. So so we're kind of playing with fire here. So this is not something I'd recommend for people who are more risk averse. And long term, I'm probably not going to do these 0-day trades much. It's sort of right now I'm testing it, and if I can find a sweet spot, which I think I am, then I might start to use it a lot more. What I'm more interested in, like today and yesterday, that seems to be working out, is doing 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 day trades, because that seems to be working. Okay, so we were just doing it the 25th. So then this is another expiration. You can see this is a big trade. So it goes from here all the way up to here. So it's this, the one I did on the 26th here. You can see that. So I'll just cap here. So this top 4. These are the four legs of an Iron Condor. You have the put side and the call side. So they're not really ordered here, but the first two, so this one and the one above it, are basically the shorts. So I sold a call and I sold a put, and they kind of straddled the price. And then I had these were buys to kind of mitigate my risk so that I wouldn't lose more than a couple $100 on it. In this case, if I remember correctly, and you can do the math here if you're really interested, and I think the video right before this one was about this exact trade. So basically I straddled the price, or I guess technically it's a strangle, but I sold the put in the call right outside, and it was 57.14, I believe, at close or something like that. So because of that, it was right in the zone, so I got max profit, which ended up being about $215, and you can see that right here. Yeah. So the four trades are basically these four positions here that expired without having to be exercised. So these two losses are basically the cost of defining my risk, so I don't have to put as much money into the trade, but still take advantage of these incredible prices here. So that was really cool, but I placed it with just a few seconds left, or a few minutes. It doesn't say here, but I placed them at about 3:50 p.m. and the market closed at 4. So 10 minutes, and I made $215. Today, so I had actually made this trade. I made it, I think, on the 25th, and it was an Iron Condor, and it was a pretty high probability trade. I closed it only for 25% profit because, as you can see, the south put, I sold the 56.70 put, and the price dropped all the way down to 56 something. So it was very close, and I didn't like that. So as it kind of bounced back up a little bit, I got out for profit, and I didn't get flagged with the pattern day trade rule because it had been placed on the 25th. So I figured take profit early, and that's kind of where we are. So today I did another multi-day trade for next week, and I captured the top and the bottom of the market. So it's, instead of an Iron Condor, it's just two verticals, but it's essentially the same thing. They're just kind of independent of each other. So I could place the top side at one point and the bottom side at another point. So it ties up more capital, I believe, but ultimately it's the same thing, and maybe even better. So you can see my results. You can see, given the price over time, it's a few days, and at the end of the 31st, I'll capture that $50 profit on this put side. And then if we look at the call side, same thing, $70. And even if the price comes up, I'll still be fine. You see, it'd have to come up all the way up to, 58.06, 58.05, for me to get in trouble. And right now it's 56.96. So I'm pretty well protected. And let's see, I can recreate this trade as an Iron Condor really quick. So let's see what the sells are: 56.60, 55.60, and 58.05. So 55.60 was it? Yeah, here it is. So I can literally just do these. That's how I normally do it. So you just go up. You can see I sold this and I bought this. So this is what it looks like. And I got, the total was, I don't remember, 120 or something. So it's about the same price now. But as time goes on, I'm going to get the value out of it, and I have the volatility from when I placed the trades was really high. So I got a really good price on it, and I opened it today, and it's still a little, maybe even a little positive overall. So I'm a huge fan of that, and I love that how big this range is. I think we're going to be safe for a few days, and I can close it tomorrow or on Monday. So I think these shorter term trades are really good. I might start to just take one side, especially in a market as obviously bearish as we're in. I think I'll just take the top side and sell and short the market and just get a good price and a good timing for that. But, you know, that's kind of the daily grind stuff that I don't necessarily recommend for everyone, but it's been pretty great, as you saw. We were up a couple $100 this week, and I'm hoping to make more tomorrow. Now, these are the wheel trades, everything down from here. I'm basically selling a put, which is now worthless, essentially, on MRNY, which is one of the yield max ETFs. So if I did get assigned, I'll just get paid every month while I'm selling these calls and puts on the underlying. So that's what I'm doing with Coney. I'm selling puts. I was going to sell another put on Coney, but I didn't have the capital, or it wasn't a good capital. I want to keep some more money in my account. So I'll have to wait to close something before I can open another put on Coney. But I have these calls, and they're all doing pretty well. So one nice thing about this is that I can have two puts on it because it's so cheap. You see, it's just not. It's such a cheap stock that it's easy to sell it. So I know it's probably going to have a reverse slip, but before that happens, I'm going to try to squeeze some puts in and get paid. I think each of these was like $100. So the average credit is $100. I think this is a fake current price. I don't think it's actually worth $1. I think it's just the volatility is so crazy, so it's not calculating correctly, or nobody's buying puts, in which case these positions are just like, I'm just going to hold it to expiration and hope the other side doesn't execute it. But like I said, even if they do, I'll just walk away with $100 and then have these shares, and I'm fine with that. So, yeah, my long-term things, you can see I'm dollar cost averaging. That's what the plus sign is into each of these. This is showing today's return. So everything, the market is down, and that's not a big deal. So actually, that means it's a good time to buy. So I'm buying all of these $5 a day and slowly building up my positions. And then I'm also generating more than $5 a day with my options. So I'm kind of covering these buys and hopefully growing the account in addition to that. So that's my strategy. These aren't necessarily the best things. I just like them myself. This is kind of a personal favorite. It's done me real solid in my retirement account, and my other stable Dragon portfolio has it as well, and VIG as well. So these two are kind of, I'm experimenting with them. I like them. VO is just like SPY, except a lot cheaper expense ratio. So it's pretty great. And the market's so low right now, I just want to buy it. So long-term strategies are the best. Get some ETFs. Get as diversified a portfolio as you can, and just put money into it every day if you can. A few dollars is all you need. So that's like $20 a day. That's nothing. And then you can use options like I am to generate that $20 a day, and then hopefully outperform it so that you're increasing your portfolio value at the same time as investing, and that's the goal. So if I had to recommend one thing, it's to buy some ETFs, probably VIG and VOO would be the safest. There's also SCHD and SCHG, which are really good long-term investments. They're already automatically diversified, and they're linked to JP Morgan Chase, Vanguard, and the Schwab, so it's just really reputable companies. So the other stuff here is experimental, and I'm kind of wheeling things and regretting some of these, but not a big deal. I'm just going to hold on. I'm going to run options, and I'm going to get my money back, and also collect dividends as well. So I'm liking my strategy. I'm liking what I showed you before. I think the volatility crush strategy is a great idea. It's just a matter of time that we get back over 11,000, and then I'm hoping to push to 20K, and 25K would change everything, because that's sort of when I can do zero GTEs with reckless abandon, because I won't get flagged. So I can manage these positions and put a lot more on, and it'll be great. So hope that makes sense, and keep it real. Join the Discord. and I'm going to be souping that up soon to help more and more people find a community and chat about these ideas so that we can all grow together without having to, kill ourselves in our day jobs and stuff like that, and make the world a better place without having to worry so much about money and trying to get food and on the table, So peace out. Love you all. Ciao.